All right, so like I was saying in the last video, that it's important to understand people's personality. Now, remember that all of these ideas are from basically this concept, which I've created from Tom's book, Create Crucial Insight. And by reading his book, Create Crucial Insight, and working with people, I've been able to develop something called 4D management coaching, where we have these four elements: results dimension, decision dimension, catalyzing dimension, strategic dimension. Now, so today, when we talk about the things I want to talk about are related to managing individuals and coordinators. We're talking about making progress. All right, so there's two tools that we can use for this type of work. One of the tools is called State Drive. So I made a small adaptation from Tom's book. Now, imagine you have a panda bear. All right, so the person you manage is a panda bear. And they're very laid back. There's a lack of hours being put into the task. They don't seem that focused, and they don't have the they don't have the grit. All right. So sometimes when you're working out, it's like the last 2 reps that really, tear the muscle to create this power and so they don't have that grit. They can't put in the last minute. They can't get the focus. They can't get the hours. They're just not there. We call them laid back. And also they have a limited amount of ability. They have a limited amount of competency, and therefore they have a lack of achievement. Now, all of these are factors related to an ability to achieve success. Now, our friend the panda bear has a low level of success, so he is in a trailing position. Now, the question is about what? So the question is, what are strategies for moving people from laid back to diligent? All right. Now, this is something that we call motivation. If you want to turn a panda bear into an ant, so ants are moving all the time, right? There's definitely enough hours being put into a task. An ant is incredibly focused. They just keep moving. They never stop moving. They're ants. So that's motivation. We got to motivate the panda and get him working all the time. Now, it's different when we have the second question. What are strategies for moving people from trailing to leading? All right, so you're an ant and now you want to be a bumblebee. So now for an ant to become a bumblebee, what? So you have wings? That means now it can move faster. What it's doing is actually pollinating flowers, which have a butterfly effect in the ecosystem. And then they bring the pollen back and they actually produce honey. So this is an amazing level of success. So we have 2 factors. We have the motivation, which brings us up, to diligent. And then we have other things like ability, competency, and achievement, which put us in a leading position. Now, the question is, how do we do that? How do we motivate people, and how do we educate people? And that's where some of these other tools come in. So, for example, we want to start looking at someone's personality. Because, all right, so if someone is high in openness, so we're talking about the big 5 personality traits. If someone's high in openness, then they could be a big thinker if their conscientiousness is low. So if they're easygoing and careless, but they're super innovative and curious, you're going to get these crazy creative scientists. Now, as they start to increase in conscientiousness, they become more efficient and organized, you're going to get a high achiever. And then as you start moving them down to more consistent and cautious, now you're going to get these consistent, predictable people like accountants and auditors. So it's important to understand now. But what is this? Is this personality aspect helping us to understand how to motivate the person, or is it going to help us to understand how to put them in a situation where they can find more success? See, there's a key about this. When we talk about motivating people and getting people to become more successful, one of the keys is understanding what job is suitable for that person. And in Tom's book, he talks about 3 different kinds of people where, depending on the type of person that you're dealing with and their strengths and weaknesses, you're going to get a variety of results based on this performance table. The first key is understanding the personality of the person you're thinking about.